We are here in Niagara Falls, Canada. As everybody knows, we've been doing the Elvis Festival all weekend. And the ETAs get a lot of attention and all the artists, but sometimes there's people that are far more important than they get credit for. And this gentleman would be one of those people.
Thank you.
So just for starters, kind of just tell us who you are and what you do here at this festival.
My name is Marco Spadafora. I play drums. The band that I lead is called the Casino Brothers Band, and we back up pretty much all the Elvis tribute artists that do this festival. So we do all the main showcases, and we also are involved in the competition. In this case, this weekend, we're only backing up the finalists.
Right.
So that's pretty much what I do. I oversee all the operations. In terms of what songs we play, I contact all the ETAs, get their set lists together, find out what versions we're doing. And then we just do a little sound check, a little rehearsal when we have time to just make sure we have our versions correct.
Right.
And
you're a pro, man, because we have seen many bands following the ETAs, and I've never seen a tighter, well put together band than I've seen with you guys.
Wow.
You guys are doing it absolutely right.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
And you are the leader of the band, as
Yes.
I say, correct? And
Yes.
you are the drummer. Do you ever do any singing or anything like that on the side with it?
Not with the Elvis stuff, but there have been times where, let's say, they want the band to do a number,
Right.
just to give the Elvises a break, and I have been known to come out and sing Twist and Shout from the Beatles.
That works. But you guys have fun. I think it's funny because before we actually turned the mics on, we were talking.
Yeah.
And I know there's like a million versions of Polk Salad Annie.
Yes.
And you know all 4 or 5 of them, right?
Well, it's actually interesting you mentioned, yes, there's the Polk Salad Annie that he did in 1969. There's Polk Salad he did in 1970, That's the Way It Is. Polk Salad he did in MSG Concert. And there's more after that. And there's slight variations. One variation is a tempo. Sometimes the tempos,
Right.
some are fast, some are slower. Some of them have a specific horn line. And tonight, for example, on the Dean Z show, we're doing his version.
Right, okay.
So that's where, so he had to send me an MP3 of a recording of his band, the show that he does in Branson. So we're listening to this, and it's just a cleaner version of what Elvis did in 1972. So we're kind of using that as a reference for tonight. So lots of Polk Salads.
We were talking earlier, too, how we saw you last time we were here, and you did the 68 sit-down show.
Yeah.
And I said you looked like you were having a ball up there. It was simple. You said there was no pressure on that one.
Absolutely. It's just me and a snare drum and my brushes, and we're sitting right at the front of the stage, and we're interacting with all the people, and it's very loose, it's very relaxed, and it's a jam. It really is,
Right.
and kind of like the way Elvis did it in the '68 comeback.
It's got to be fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
When it's not fun,
No.
it's too much work. And that's the way Elvis was.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite memories of anything that happened on stage with any of these shows that you just think about and laugh or are horrified by? Give us a good behind-the-scenes story.
It's funny you mentioned that. There is one funny moment. This was not here at the Niagara Falls Festival. It was in Toronto, another Elvis festival, in a hotel in the basement or the basement level. Low ceilings. Anyways, there was this one Elvis guy, and the stage was a little flimsy. Mm-hmm. So he was jumping up and down, up and down, and all of a sudden his foot went right through the stage.
Oh, my God.
And the funny thing is, Victor, our comedian and host, he had to sort of turn it into an act and a bit. And so somehow one of the judges, who was a previous ETA, is a carpenter.
Uh-oh.
So he managed to fix the stage right after that happened in front of the audience while Victor was doing the play-by-play. It is one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed. I think it might be on YouTube. Yeah, that is priceless.
I knew I asked the right question there. That was a good one.
Yeah.
So do you look forward to these festivals? I mean, you guys are workaholics on these festivals. The last time I was here, I said, Trish, I don't think they sleep.
Okay. Truthful. It stresses the hell out of me.
Right.
And I'm speaking from the heart when I say this. This is how difficult and challenging it is. Leading up to it, it's very stressful for me because, again, finding out, getting the set list, getting the songs, getting in contact with some of these tribute artists. They're not really easily accessible. So sometimes it takes weeks to get in touch with them.
We've learned that.
Okay, so you know that. Then on top of that, once I have all this information, I have to prepare the band, and I have to get all the versions. So I do like a Google folder where we share. So all the MP3s go in there, all the charts go in there. And what's stressful is some songs that are like difficult to play that we haven't done in a long time. If I know we're doing them, it's a little stressful when there's no rehearsing.
Right.
So all this stuff is kind of like anxiety that builds up. But let me tell you, as soon as we start and we put the foot to the pedal, it's like that goes away. Completely goes away. It's all relaxed and fun.
Right.
But leading up to it is always the part I hate.
I bet it is. I'll bet you are happy when Sunday evening comes, though.
Just euphoric.
You probably collapse for a couple hours at home.
I'm not much of a drinker, but I tell you, I have my victory beer after Sunday night show for sure.
All right. Well, one question we always ask the ETAs, and we got to ask you:
Okay.
What's on your playlist when it's not Elvis? What do you listen to? What music inspires you? What music makes you feel good?
Okay, well, when I'm home, my go-to background music, especially when I'm cooking and eating dinner, it's always bebop jazz. Always.
Bebop jazz.
It has to be the 60s, like Miles Davis, that kind of vibe,
I like
because
that stuff.
Totally, to me, it's purely organic. It's relaxing. There's no singing. When I hear singing, it distracts me. I can't concentrate on eating because I'm listening to the chorus or whatever. So bebop jazz is my go-to relaxing type of music. But when it's not that, when it's sort of when I feel like listening to music in general, I like listening to groove, funky, good feel, funky groove music, like R&B, soul. I love funk groove stuff. I really, really like that. Yeah.
All right, I'll ask you another Elvis question.
Okay.
What is Elvis's greatest masterpiece, in your opinion? What is the greatest Elvis song that he put out? I think most fans would say Suspicious Minds, probably.
No, not for me.
Good. What is it?
Personally, sorry, Elvis fans. Again, I have to be very, very honest. I'm not a fan of that song, only for one reason, because I play it a million times. Right. And it's a shame. Right. But I would have to say, If I Can Dream is the song, even as I'm saying it now, I'm getting chills. That always, always gives me chills when I hear it, when I play it. And doing these festivals, we play songs a lot, the same songs a lot. That's one song I do not mind playing a lot.
It's very relevant even today.
100%. But it's not just that. Even the way Elvis performed it, I don't think I've ever seen Elvis perform that way, ever.
Right. You know that at the end of that song, when he did it, he fell on his back with his arms on the stage, lying out.
I did not know that. I'm not.
Recorded it in the dark.
Yeah, he recorded it in the dark as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on his hands and knees.
And Colonel Parker did not want him to do that song. Mm-hmm. You know that.
Yeah. Well, he wanted it to be
like
just
in
Christmas.
The ghetto. In the ghetto, he didn't want him to do in the ghetto either.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want Elvis to sing anything with a message in it at all. You know.
Crazy Colonel.
Right.
Know?
Did you see the movie, by the way?
Yes, I did.
You're yay or nay?
Oh, absolutely, yay.
We love it.
It was great.
With Blue Suede Connection, we picked up stations just because of that movie.
Amazing.
Younger people were starting to take an interest in Elvis again.
Right.
One last thing I want to talk to you about.
Sure.
I know you're a very busy man, but we were talking about the new direction that a lot of these Elvis shows are going in. You were kind of sharing a little
Yes,
bit.
we were commenting that it's getting to the point now where it's a lot of what-if concepts. Like, what if Elvis didn't die and he did that concert that he was supposed to do? What would that have been like? Mm-hmm. That's an idea.
Right.
What if he remained alive in the 80s? What songs would he have played in the 80s? Would he have done Faith from George Michael? Would he have, would he have done this thing called Love from
Crazy
Queen?
Little Thing Called
Crazy
Love.
Little Thing, yeah. You know, so, and like you had mentioned something about the movies, him performing live during the movie era.
Yeah.
You know, that's, I think, where it's getting to right now. And I noticed there's some ETAs in the States that's doing that. Mm-hmm. They're doing these what-if type ideas.
I love that.
Yeah.
And they're dropping the jumpsuits, too, some of them now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, Elvis is not all about just the jumpsuit. He looked great no matter what he wore, right? So,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, you did a great interview.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And hit that notification bell.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.